Sorry about that, babe.
Hey guys, I just wanted to mention this before the playthrough gets started, and I'll also put it in the description and stuff. I didn't realize until towards the end of my playthrough that you can control the message speed of this game. I just randomly decided to click start at some point, and then I realized I was on normal instead of fast, and that makes a big difference in the speed of the dialogue boxes. I definitely complained about it quite a bit, parts like 1 through 10 or 11. I think it was part 11 that I figured it out. I just wanted to talk about that right now so nobody thrashes me in the comments. I realized it was there later on, and now I changed my tune about that completely. Anyway, enjoy the playthrough. What a track already, guys. What a track. Alright. It's my first ever playthrough of Sword of Vermilion, a game that's been in my collection now for probably at least 10 years. I never played it as a kid. I don't even really remember this game as a kid. But we own it here, complete in box. We're not playing on the original cartridge, though. We're utilizing the... Oh, I just realized something. I just realized something. This is the Mega Drive version of the game. So whoever I bought this from on eBay years ago, like it's the North American Sega Genesis version with the box and the manual, but the cartridge is a Mega Drive one. Oh well, doesn't really bother me too much. Interesting to note. But as you can see here in the front, it's reversed, but it comes with a hint book, which I recently acquired. Here. Basically looks like the manual, but lots of text, good imagery, colors, all that kind of stuff. We'll be referencing this throughout our playthrough. I'm gonna try my best not to look anything up. I'm gonna try to just focus on this and not live in it at the same time. I know I looked over some things last night. I actually read for a change regarding, you know, some of the items and sites in the towns and things like that. And I kind of have an idea of what we're supposed to do here at the beginning, so I'll leave that there for now. And let's get started. So right off the bat, you definitely move a little slow, but it's okay. Also, game looks great, by the way. Playing on real hardware with the RetroTink 5X Pro. Sega always looks great, man. The consoles don't even need to be like RGB modded like a lot of the Nintendo ones do. They just look slick. We have talk, magic, item, equip, strength? Oh, okay, so like stats. Damn, this dude has high dex. Holy crap. Seek? You searched carefully, but you didn't notice anything. Okay. What else do we have? Open and take. Okay, so kind of seems a bit archaic-y. Almost like Dragon Warrior. But yeah, let's start talking to people. Your father is calling for you. So I'll get used to it, you know. Old game old, right? But yeah, the stuff moves a little bit slow. I don't think there's any options either, right? No. But holy crap, this song, so good. Oh, we got a graveyard over here. Alright, I'm just kind of learning the ropes here, guys. I've never beaten the game, never played the game, haven't watched anybody beat the game, so I don't know anything. Run home. Your father needs you desperately. Blade is dying. Hurry. So I get the impression everybody's... A person that good shouldn't die. So Blade is like your adoptive father. Your father is calling for you. Beware, young man. The world is a dangerous place. Man, this song's so good. Alright. Stop moving, bro. We're all very sorry about Blade. Alright, well, I guess I'll go talk to Blade. I wonder if the dialogue changes after or not. We'll do a test. But there's a lot of different houses and things to check. It's probably Blade's. Where have you been? Your father is calling for you. Oh, yeah, let me see. I gotta learn the ropes here, right? Okay. Just trying to figure out, like, are things gonna be hidden? Because I'd really rather not click that and have to sit through the, what a horrible night to have a cursed type dialogue box over and over again. Blade's health failed so quickly that nothing could be done. Oh god. So I didn't name my character. I didn't name my character. So, his name's not even gonna come up. It doesn't even have a default. Here's what I'm gonna do. I'm actually gonna restart real quick and name my character. Alright, we're back with an actual name, going with, of course, my boy. Hard to believe it's been almost 2 years since his passing, but figured it would be very noteworthy, especially given your father's name, right? Razor Blade. At least you're here. I have much to tell you. I am not your real father. You are the son of Eric of Excalibria, killed by Sarkon of Cartagena? Cartagena? For some reason I kept reading it as Carthena earlier, so Cartagena. As his castle burned, King Eric bade me take you and raise you as my son. I hid the ring of wisdom in a cave near the village. Only this ring, your sole inheritance, can save the world. The armies of Cartagena are moving to conquer. It is your destiny to rescue the world from Cartagena. I've saved some money for this moment. Arm yourself. Your road is dangerous. I'm sorry I had to be silent until now. I always thought of you as my son. King Eric would have been as proud as you as I am. Go now and remember me. So I'm curious if they're, I'm just gonna play the base game, obviously. I'm wondering if they made like a hack to speed things up as far as walking speed and dialogue boxes. Go! You must find the ring. Alright, let's go see if people's dialogue changed. Also, I do know, when I was testing my audio levels, which, by the way, all over the place for this game, so hopefully it's good. When I went out to fight, I don't think you could fight barehanded, because I was just getting killed by everything. Alas, brave Blade is dead. Oh, jeez. He just died when we went down the stairs. Alright, let's talk to everybody then. Like I said, guys, first playthrough, we're gonna soak it in. Blade was once a mighty warrior, but the wounds of long ago never healed. Do we have any items? We have nothing. Yeah, I don't think we have anything, so that's fine. To gain money, you must defeat monsters. Okay. Your father was a good customer. I will miss him. Be strong and cast aside your grief. You have an important task ahead. Wow. Yo, this song's so good, by the way. Like, I can't get over how good this song is. I love, like, the moody atmospheric tracks in these old games. There's a ring in a cave south of here. Here's a map to guide. Oh, nice, thank you. So, like, does that pop up in my items? No. So I know that there's, like, a lot of maps to find. Evil has infected the soldiers of Cartagena. Though they appear to be human. Inside, they are horrible monsters. And as always, guys, you know, I'm gonna try not to grind on camera, if and when there's grind opportunities. However, I will be doing a little bit of grinding, mostly exploring in a sense, before we head to the cave, clearly. Blade will be missed by all who knew him. You must equip your weapon and armor. Thanks. We can buy weapons, armor, and shields here. What would you like to buy? Alright, so Kim is the... Alright, that's fine. Well, we're gonna need a sword. That goes without saying. Yeah. Man, the dialogue boxes are really slow. That is a negative so far. But it's okay. I've played just as bad or worse. Leather shield or small shield? Let me actually utilize my thing. I bought it, right? So why not? Items, special items, here we go. So this town is Wyclif, I think? Possibly? Leather shield and small shield. There we go. Leather shield, not much use in combat, but it may be all you can afford at first. Small shield, get this shield before you head off to Parma. Yeah, I think I'll just go ahead and buy the small shield. I think Parma is the place that we go after the cave. But we don't have enough money to buy armor right now anyway, so I'm not going to worry about it. I'll just buy the shield. Yeah, the dialogue boxes are dreadfully slow. That's, like, legitimately not the best. So my advice is don't misclick, okay? Alright, so we got the shield. We definitely need armor. I think AC is armor class, if I remember correctly when I was reading. I wonder how much luck actually factors into it. I also like how magic points is known as MHP, so it must be known as magic hit points. But yeah, let's go head to... I don't need to go to the inn, clearly. But I want to go back up here. See see what they have here, and then I'll probably save and head out and start exploring. If you enter a cave without... Oh, that's right. I remember reading about this. Your task will be difficult indeed. So, I think there's like magic spells to light up the cave, and I think if you find the maps, the caves light up. Could be wrong there. But yeah, you need like candles and stuff. Does anything interest you? Oh my god, the dialogue's so slow, dude. We have herbs and a candle, so let's just go ahead and buy a candle. You know, I'm actually... Oh, you know what? I might have made a big mistake, so hold on. I think to heal it costs money, I don't think it's free. I'm pretty sure you would go to the inn for that. Let's stop at the church real quick. Should be free to save, I'm hoping. You never know though, sometimes games do weird stuff. Your father was a good man. Thank you. I grieve for your poor father. Remove a curse, apply poison bomb? Okay. Save your game? Sure. So, I mean, this is pretty standard for all RPGs, right? But one of the recommendations was to make multiple saves in this game, so I gotta keep that in mind. I think what I'll probably do is I'll alternate. Like, I'll keep save 1 for a while, and then maybe when we get to the next town, I'll start with 2, and then kind of cycle through like that. That way, if I make like a grave mistake somewhere, it shouldn't be too bad. Let's talk to this fellow, and then let's head out. Evil has infected the soldiers of Cartagena. Though they appear to be human, inside they are horrible monsters. You already said that to me, I think. Alright. Alright, let's get a taste of this combat system, because like I said, when I was doing my audio testing, I didn't have a weapon, so I just got killed. Oh! Okay. So when you get the map, everything is illuminated over to the right. When I came out during my testing, I didn't talk to anybody because I wasn't trying to read anything. And this was kind of like a dark cave scenario where your player on the map... Sorry, I just walked back into town by accident. Your player on the map had like a little thing around him, but... Okay. So that must be the cave. Alright, here we go. I don't know the buttons, I don't know anything. Alright, so C attacks. Oh. This is kind of cool. One of the things that really intrigued me about this game was kind of the blending of different genres. Well, I guess it's not genres, but the blending of different RPG elements. Like there's random encounters, it's kind of a dungeon crawler, it's also kind of an action RPG. Like the boss fights are even more different from what I have seen. Ooh. Ooh. I gotta get some gold, huh? Holy shit, man. I gotta be careful. I gotta get used to the hitboxes as well. It's important. I don't have a healing thing. I don't know what the punishment is either for, I'm gonna hope there's a chest over here. Okay, good. Do I have to seek first, or can I just open? You opened it. There's money inside. Oh, hell yeah, brother. 50 Kims. So we need to get back to town. I gotta stock up on some heals, man. I'm not gonna lie, the short sword is giving me lagoon vibes, but even this sword is bigger, surprisingly. Alright. I also did read a little bit online about it. I wasn't trying to spoil anything, obviously, but I did hear that the beginning of the game could be pretty tough, which honestly is standard for a lot of RPGs. Like, we're possibly gonna die before we get back to town. Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh, we dead already. So what is my punishment? Arise, brave warrior, our world needs you, but half your money goes to the poor. Alright, so you lose half your money. Yeah, those guys were tough, man. Those guys were tough. Well, that sucks. We lost a decent amount of Kim there, but what can you do? I say that we buy 2 herbs and we go out and we grind. I think we gotta be at least level 2 or 3 before we even think about going into the cave. Oh, very slow, very slow. Alright. Oh, I didn't buy it, I don't think. There we go. You know, I'll buy another candle, because I think we're gonna need probably at least 2 when we go into the cave. But it is, yeah, sucks we lost some money. But what are you gonna do? Alright, our next goal right now is to save up to buy some armor. Because we're gonna need it, so. Yeah, those guys were tough, man. I actually think, even if I go into a fight with them, currently at full bore, I think they'll wipe me out. I think my only chance would be if there's a couple, not like 5 or 6 of them, because they took a few hits, and man, they swarm you. I'm curious to see how like magic and stuff works in this game as well. You get like spell books or something? Alright, let's go over here, I guess. Yeah, give me more of these guys. I need to level up. Oh yeah, angles are very strange, man. It'll take a little bit to get used to. I get the feeling I might be going back to, or heading towards that Palma place, or Parma, whatever. Palma's in, what, Phantasy Star? Parma? Chicken Parma? Oh, God, dungeon crawlers. What do we have over there? Oh, that's just like, scenery, I guess. Okay, so moving diagonally and attacking is actually quite difficult. I sustained a lot of damage from doing that, which is not great. I hate to do it, but I'm afraid, man. I feel like... Ooh, I don't have the map there yet. Okay. Oh, guys, we're gonna die again. Oh, maybe not. Alright, be aggressive. I also think it's very important to be aggressive from the jump, like, straight up, because usually there's somebody right on top of you. See? Alright. Alright, well, things seem to be going decently well. Is it gonna be 100 experience for my level? Oh boy. See if I can get back to town. Rather not waste an herb. Oh. Come on. Hey! So it's not 100. It probably goes up and up and up, right? Alright, good stuff. I do want to be level 3 before I go into the cave, though. I think the guide recommends 2, but... Ooh, my HP went up a lot. Great, I didn't even notice that. That's actually, very important. But yeah, after this, like, initial grind, guys, I'll try my best to grind off camera when I can. I'll be frank with you, though. Today, I have off of work. It's Friday. I'm probably going to play at least 6 hours of this today. So, I'm not really going to have any time to grind if I'm going to be recording. Ten Kims is alright with me. Oh, shoot. I just realized that my HP got replenished. Oh, well. What are you going to do? Guess it's cheaper than accidentally using an herb. Boyon? What is that? What is this? Okay. Oh yeah, I guess we should probably start clicking around on, like, these. Yeah, I get the impression it's gonna be one of those RPGs where they're just there for the looks. But, yeah, we're good. Let's go save, and like I said, grind up to level 3, and hopefully, by the time we get to level 3, we should have enough to buy some armor. So I don't remember if I read this incorrectly, but apparently one of the guys that worked on this made Shenmue? Don't know if that's accurate or not. I mean, I guess it's certainly possible, because I'm assuming this was... Yeah, probably developed possibly by Sega? Developed and published? I don't know. I have to look into that. Anyway. Alright. Let's not stray too far from town while we do this. Oh, we're beasting now, baby. Bring on the kobolds, I say. I was gonna say, can I encounter people just by turning around like a classic dungeon crawler? And the answer is yes. Probably gonna want to encounter the kobolds. Yeah, I'm assuming these are kobolds, right? They kind of look like them. How much Kim you giving me? Yeah. More Kim is to be had with those guys. Whoop. Waste of time. Also, if I have any extra money, I'll probably buy another candle. From what I saw, again, I'm not gonna try to use maps. Like, there are maps in the guide. I pretty much want the guide mostly for, like, item, spell, armor referencing, if I get super duper stuck, things like that. Try to keep me on track as well, like, you know, take a peek ahead and be like, oh, okay, it looks like it's gonna be town cave, whatever, blah, 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 for the progression. But, I do not want to be in there. Holy shit, dude. I do not want to be in there just, like, you know, looking at a map the whole time. I'm gonna go ahead and say we should rest at the inn. It's only 10 Kim. It's not that bad. Maybe one more fight before town. Yeah, not too bad. It's probably only gonna take like, ooh, another like 5 minutes or something to get another level and another or more Kim to buy some armor. What was the more expensive one? 300, I think. I will actually want to stay here tonight, sir. Thank you. Alright, let's take a look here at the armor real quick. Those are spells. Here we go. Oh, it was 400. Leather armor. This will probably be your first set of armor. Buy it as soon as you... or buy the bronze as soon as you can. Alright, you know what? I want to get the bronze, man. I know it's going to be kind of annoying because it's 400 and I only have 168 right now, but part of me wants to just get that. So we'll see. Bang, bang, bang. Yeah, if you're gonna give me like jellies and stuff, dude, like give me a lot of them. So this seems like a really good strat actually for big hordes of enemies. Like go towards the bottom of the screen and then walk them up. Diagonal never seems like a good idea. How much are we getting for that? Ooh, yeah, give me that one. Give me that one, please. We'll be there before we know it. Yeah, here we go. Give me some more. Yeah. Wasn't super silky smooth, to say the least, but okay. Alright, less than 150 Kim to go, but I also have to allocate 10 to a full heal. Haven't used any herbs, which is good. What? Ooh, double kill. You love to see it. We're getting there. We're inching, people. We're inching. Thank you for bearing with me during the initial early game grind. Alright, truthfully, I don't want to see the slimes anymore. Or the jellies, whatever they are. So there I was able to successfully attack diagonally, but I still think it's not a good idea. Almost at 300 Kim. This'll probably put me over. No! One short. One short. Okay, almost there, guys. Probably close to leveling up as well. Okay. Give me a good kobold. Wait, let's go. I should probably actually look it up to see if that's what they are, so I could, you know, in case I'm wrong, stop incorrectly. Oh, wait. Diagonal got me again. So what are they? Are they kobolds? Let's see. They do have a bestiary in here, so... so the green slimes, blue jellies. And yes, they are kobolds. Okay. So I'm not stupid. Gonna say if you drop like maybe 2 kobold fights, might be leveled up. Although I honestly, yeah, I'm eating a lot of damage here. Last thing I want to do is lose half my gold, so let's go ahead and go back and blow through 10. Not the end of the world. It's all part of the process. Good news is we'll be able to navigate through the caves normally. But yeah, I could ill afford to, you know, lose like 170 gold by getting kabonged by the kobolds. Not a good idea, not a good idea. Alright, that should hopefully be my last pit stop. I'll try to get, you know, 410, 420 Kim, something like that. Buy my armor, heal, save, and then head off to the cave. Okay, wow, took a lot of damage there, surprisingly. Not great. Also, when am I leveling up? I think our first level was 90 experience, and I would have thought maybe it would have been double. Like, so would that be like 270? We're over that. There we go. Just speak it into existence, right? Hmm. Oh, I just realized that you could check. Gotcha. So it's more or less double. But 92 HP will be a big gain for us. Alright, we don't need these types of fights. We need more Kim. Please, kobold me. No. Sorry, I keep looking down. My phone keeps going off with notifications, and it's just human nature at this point in the age in which we live, you know? Gotta make sure there's not an emergency. I'll probably flip my phone upside down, because there shouldn't be an emergency today. It's my day off. It's been a while since I've done one of these, though. I typically, around this time of the year, I actually like to take, like, random days off, usually on Fridays or Mondays, and, you know, clearly have the day off, which is most important, but I also like to kind of hammer through a game. I can't remember the last time I did that. This year's been a little wonky. I got sick a lot, like, in winter and spring, so I actually had to take like 2 days off of work that I don't normally take. I usually work through my illnesses, but they were pretty bad. And then obviously I had my medical procedure a few weeks ago, so I had to take off for that. So I usually have a bunch more days to play around with, so to speak. Like, I remember last year I took a day off for, again, not to play games, but I ended up playing a lot of games. I took a day off for Final Fantasy V, which was great. And that should be enough. There we go. I think I took a day off for Wild Arms as well. Can't remember though. Oh no, I took a day off, I remember, to play Secret of Mana late last year. That might have been my last one, actually. It was like in October, mid-October. I was actually doing a Bits Plays for it, and then I stopped. I ended up beating it and recording footage and reviewing it, but I didn't do a bits plays. I don't know why. I should have just kept doing it. I was feeling like bogged down for some reason. Alright, well, now we could get to the task at hand, and let me flip my phone over. One of my group chats is just like popping off. Not in the mood, people. Alright, let's go get that armor, save, and head to the cave, finally. Ding, 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 ding. So we're just gonna go hard and buy the bronze armor. Nope. Alright. Well, we are basically all jacked up. Kim-wise, I'm actually thinking another herb and another candle. Probably don't need either of them at the moment, but better safe than sorry, and until we get to the next town, there's really nothing for me to buy anyway. Also, I just realized I didn't stop at the fortune teller's place. Oh, my bad. That's not the item shop, guys. Okay. I was like, thanks, are you gonna sell me something, or... The answer was no. Alright, herb. And candle. Alright. That should be good for now. Let's save our money. Curious to see, how do the items get, like... Ugh. I was sincerely hoping that they got ordered appropriately, or they got, you know, dumped into a group like herb times 3 or something. Nope, they're all out of order, which kills me, and I don't know if I could, I'm not trying to accidentally use anything, so I'm not gonna mess around with inventory management, if it's even possible. Alright. Let's go to the cave, baby. Our first dungeon. We're about... If you exclude the... intro, we're about 40 minutes into the game. Haven't even gone to the first cave, but you know what? Better safe than sorry, people. I'm not an over-grinder, but I want to be prepared, if that makes sense. And that's how I play my games, okay? Yeah. Oh, these guys are frantic today. Probably not the ideal... Oh, you legitimately can't see anything. Guess we'll have to see how this goes. Okay. Oh, we got skellies. Oh, they're kind of tough. I actually don't regret doing anything that I did as far as making sure I'm geared up and leveled. If anything, possibly should have bought another herb. They seem pretty plotting as far as offensive. What kind of experience am I gonna get for this fight? Eh. Well, that was rough. Good news is we're probably gonna level up again before we leave here. So the way this dungeon's like laid out, it looks like I can go left and right, so it's actually a little confusing, and you don't have a compass either, so it's a little disorienting. Yeah, it looks like something's like locked. Hey, nice. Let's go. Okay, right. Well, that's good. Now, I could be wrong. Oh, I can't go through there. I could be wrong, but I believe I read if you find the map, the cave is lit up. So let's hope that's the case. Nope, just kidding. You know what? I think I'm gonna need some more candles. Because I want to thoroughly explore this place, man. That's a bit of a bummer. Oh my god. And then you take the wrong steps. That's a wee bit of a bummer. But, you know what, we got a lot of money now, so... Let me just go buy a bunch of candles. Honestly. Not a big deal. Like I said, I think eventually you learn like a magic spell. I also think there's better items than candles, like probably like a lantern, I think is what I read. So... overall though, I am liking this game. I'm pretty much getting exactly what I expected out of it. I kind of had a feeling it was going to be this type of game. Granted, we're early. I get that. This is a pretty early game, right? Like 90... Yeah, 1990. Really, my only gripe with it so far is just, it's a little slow. The walking, slow. The dialogue boxes and the menuing is slow. But that's really my only negative so far. And like I said, I have to imagine somebody probably made an improvement hack that speeds things up. But maybe not. Alright, let's actually buy another herb. Yeah, this is actually kind of annoying. Alright. Oh, I didn't buy it. Alright. So we have 4 candles now, I'm pretty sure. Should that be enough? Hopefully. So the reason why we're in that cave was to find the ring. A little confused though. I couldn't tell if those were just doors that you can go through or if you need keys for them. But... I mean, realistically, if you think about it, we already explored like 1/4 or 1/5 of the dungeon, so it's not going to take that long. Especially since we found the map. Alright, back in we go. Trying to see if we can make a beeline there, but nope. Oh, come on, man. All right. Hey, I think our inventory is managed now since I used all those old candles. Oops. so it just opens. It's fine. It's always the one thing that's, I can't say it bothers me, it's just probably more, you know, lack of, being careful, lack of experience with dungeon crawler elements. I realize this isn't a dungeon crawler RPG, but this is more or less what it is at this point. You know, being very methodical and careful with your turns. Hey, we found a candle, so that's cool. That's cool. I also feel like the game so far, early on here, is actually very well paced. Like, obviously you can get your poop pushed in if you don't gear up appropriately, and even if, you know, like I had the sword and the board to get started there, and the kobolds ended me pretty quick. But yeah, it seems like a pretty good, like, introductory area and dungeon, for sure. Just a dead end, huh? Let's see, can you encounter something on a tile with a... Oh, you can. What's up, bruh? I have waited a long time for you, Prince Razor. Here is the Ring of Wisdom, which I received from Blade. It is rightfully yours. Please accept it. What happens if I talk to you again? Only you can save us from Cartagena. You must not fail. Alright, so let's read about the ring. Might as well, right? Oh, is it on a timer? I didn't realize that. Can you pause? No. I thought maybe it would be based off of, your candle going out would be based off of your steps, but it seems like it's on a timer. Wasn't expecting that. Not a big deal, though. I thought there was a section about rings. Am I wrong? Alright, whatever. Can I equip it? Weapon, armor... No. Is it a magic? Books, okay. Alright, whatever. Might just be like a key item. I thought maybe it would have like some sort of, you know, use, but I guess not. Not a big deal. Dude, it's gonna take me a little bit to get used to. Certain turns feel like they're more natural, but they don't actually like occur correctly. Like there, I pressed left on the D-pad because I kind of felt like it was going to turn me the way that I wanted to go, and it didn't. But I'm sure that's something that I'll learn as I continue to go along, muscle memory and stuff. So if I turn left... Okay, so... Gotcha. Oops. Nah, it makes sense. If I turn right... Yeah, gotcha. Okay. Yeah, take that. You ain't nothing but a peanut. Alright. What do we got? I'll take it. 100 Kims, baby. Let's go. There, I did it again. My muscle memory keeps telling me to turn left, but I gotta remember that it's like a literal thing based off of your character. Oops. Oh, what's our experience? Oh yeah, we're getting close to leveling up, so that's cool. Should actually level up before we leave, right? Was it 660? 640? If it was 640, we're golden. Nope. Skellies. Okay, that was me being incredibly sloppy, by the way. This should level us up, 100%. Yep. Nice. 131. Anything here? Besides that? Away! Alright, I gotta stop being sloppy here, alright? Just because I'm a big bad man with a sword doesn't mean I could just go into reckless abandon. We gotta instill the good qualities in us for when the encounters become tougher and bosses and all that. Herbs. Okay. So what does Seek actually do? Like, I know it looks at things, but to this point, I don't think I've encountered anything to look at. No? I don't know. I don't know. Alright. Well, I think it'll be a good idea to stop off at town first, because the next area we're going to we don't have a map for yet, so it's going to be a little bit more random exploring. I could see myself getting confused really quickly without the map, to be honest with you, but we'll see how that goes, right? Ding ding. Alright, let's go here, and I want to replenish my candles and save. And I'm gonna assume if there's like an upgrade at the next town, I could probably afford it with my current Kim in worst case scenario. Like, let's say there's a new weapon, I could always sell my bronze sword, right? So rule of thumb is usually what, half of what I paid for it, they'll buy it for. Alright, let's buy, let's buy 2 candles. Oops, there's definitely no one in that direction. The music in here reminds me of... Oh, I can't carry anymore. Oh, okay. Uh-huh. Gotcha. Wow, you have small inventory. Damn. What I was gonna say was the music in there reminded me of Brandish a little bit. Obviously... Brandish's music in that particular instance was much better, but I feel like the music in general is not bad by any means. I feel like the quality's all over the place though. Like the song for Wyclif, the town, is awesome, and then like here kind of sounds like kind of cheap. I don't know how to explain it. Like, this is, like, epic. And then the rest of them are like, eh, they're okay. Alright, off to Chicken Parma. Hopefully it's not too tricky to navigate. I mean, if it's anything like this, it's not gonna be that bad. But you guys will see soon what I'm talking about. I mean, you saw it briefly when I was in the dungeon, clearly. What? Please be money, please be money, please be money. I can't take it though. So let's actually use an herb then, I guess. I know it only, you know, replenished 1 HP, but... might as well. Oops. Might as well. I also like the battle music. It's very Sega. You guys know what I'm talking about, right? Like, you know that's a Sega sound chip, but it's cool. I still feel like the quality's kind of random, but we'll see as we continue on, right? And yes, I'm always looking to poke holes in games for my reviews, so sometimes I'm definitely overly critical of things, I do realize that. Where the hell? Oh. Well, thankfully they have like... Whoa! Dude, I almost died! I was not ready for that! Wow! Okay. Looks like I have to be freaking careful. I'm scared now. Yeah, please don't give me the magic users. Goodness gracious, man. I don't know how close we are to town. Who's this? I'm a merchant from Parma. I hope I'm going to the right way to Wyclif. Okay. Can I just like walk through? Alright. I might preemptively use an herb, man. I don't know how close I am. I think that's a good idea, because if we run into another magic dude, you know, no bueno. Which way to go, man? I don't know. Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? Oh, we got chest, though. I want money. Alright, fine. Fine. Don't you feel like that's possibly like the walls of the town? Am I wrong in saying that? I feel like it could be. Nope. Oh, we get new scenery over here. I'm guessing it might be the walls of another town? It could be Parma, for all I know. Maybe I have to go like up and around or something like that. Alright, I'll continue on. Is this it? I really hope there's a map in there, because this actually does get mildly confusing. I'm not very good with directions. I'm sure anybody that's watched my playthroughs knows that to be the case. Is this Parma? Welcome to Parma, stranger. Stranger! Alright, what I want to do is I'm actually going to save and probably call the part there. I always struggle with how should I break up my RPGs and stuff like that. I don't know, I think I'm going to keep it shorter though. Nobody watches Let's Plays anyway, let's be honest at this point. Typically a Let's Play gets meh views unless there's something crazy going on behind it, right? And usually it's like the first one gets the most, the second one gets the second most, and then it's all over the place. Usually then it depends on maybe keywords, things like that. So I'm just gonna take it slow. If this ends up being like a 30-part playthrough, I don't even care. It's fine. I'm gonna keep it shorter this time. Try to keep them, you know, anywhere between an hour to 2 hours apart. Alright. Save my game, and then we'll, I didn't want to do that. It's fine. After this town is when I'm gonna start doing save 2, save 3, but hopefully you guys have been enjoying my first ever playthrough of sort of Vermilion, and if you have, please make sure to like, comment, subscribe if you haven't already, and yeah, stay tuned for more. Catch you next time.